everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to calculate your descent planning. Now I'm going to warn you ahead of time. There's going to be a lot of math, a lot of talking, and a lot of things to memorize. Now this might be similar to other people's descent planning, but mine's going to be a bit different. So here's the equation I'm going to use. You can feel free to pause and read it, but I'm not going to read it in full because it's long and complicated. Anyways, if you need explanation, here it is. First of all, you need three things to consider: the altitude, the speed, and the wind. So here, the altitude. Since we're descending from the cruise altitude to 1,000 feet, so we can get fully configured, which means getting flaps full, gear down, landing checklist complete, all on idle power to save a lot of fuel. You move 1,000 feet from your total descent altitude. Makes sense, right? So since we're cruising at 38,000 feet, we minus 1,000 feet from that, and you get 37,000 feet total descent altitude. Since most airplanes descend, you take 3 nautical miles to descend 1,000 feet. You take 333 feet. You can descend 333 feet per 1 nautical miles. So we just divide that. 37,000 feet divided by 333 feet per nautical miles, you get roughly 111 nautical miles. Next, we're moving on to airspeed. The cruise speed plus VREF divided by 2 should give you average descent speed. My cruise speed is 250 knots. My VREF is 135 divided by 2 equals 193 knots. Now I have cruise speed divided by average descent speed, get the speed you need, total speed you need to reduce. So 250 knots divided by 193 knots equals 58 knots total that you need to reduce. On average, on most aircraft, take 1 nautical miles to reduce 10 knots of true airspeed. So just take 58 knots divided by 10 knots per 1 nautical miles equals 6 nautical miles for your speed reduction. Next, the wind. If you have headwind, you get your headwind speed. Let's say headwind is 5 knots. You just take 5 divided by 10, which is equal to 0.5 nautical miles, equals the nautical miles you need to subtract. So in case you have 5 knots headwind, you subtract 0.5 nautical miles, or you can round up to 1 nautical miles. In case, like what I'm having here, have a tailwind, you get a tailwind speed, which in this case is 3 knots divided by 10 equals nautical miles you need to add to your total. So 3 tailwind divided by 10 equals 0.3 nautical miles, or you can round up to 0 nautical miles you need to add. So the grand total is 111 nautical miles for the altitude, 6 miles for the speed, and 0 miles for the wind. Total, you need 118 nautical miles to do a complete idle descent from cruise down to 1,000 feet on the glide slope. Now let's see what it looks like on the aircraft to descend. Okay, we're in the cockpit here, and you can see this arrow thing here. This is the top of descent point. This is not me programming into the computer, it's the computer calculating that this is the top of descent point. So instead of following my own calculation of 118 nautical miles, I'm going to follow the computer's calculation. So I'm just coming in here about 3 nautical miles from it. I'm going to turn on our seatbelt sign, and I'm going to rotate this knob down. It changes to blue, but it doesn't really matter, just Let me change it to descent state here. Should start descent shortly. There it goes. Now decelerate. Now you press the 2000. Now I'm gonna select speed. The video about the autopilot will come soon. Now what you want to do is keep this horizontal line at about the 4 degrees point. So you're gonna keep the horizontal line, just keep increasing the speed bug till your horizontal line at the 4 degrees point, which is the second line. Just keep doing that until your knob says 340. Because you don't want to do a steep, hard descent, because who would do that? If it's a little bit steeper, it's okay. Just maintain your glide path. Continue doing your idle descent. I am now rotating up just 300. Just keep rotating it. Until you're about 340. A little bit too steep there. So you're gonna try to descend 3 degrees or steeper until you get to 10,000 feet. So continue descending. And just continue to move your speed knob up to about 340 because you don't want to overspeed. There we go. Top speed is 350 knots. So you have 10 knots margin for the autopilot to do magic, I guess. So now you can leave the plane to continue your ascent. When you're approaching 10,000 feet, you want to rotate your speed knob backwards. All the way to 240, because we don't want to go 250 knots below 10,000 feet. Let the autopilot go and let them continue your descent. At about 5,000 feet, you want to reduce your speed even more. Also, it's a good idea to do a descent calculation every 10,000 feet also. We just hit our targeted true airspeed of 165 knots and our targeted altitude of 2,000 feet. Anyways, if you want to know how to continue this route and go into approach, landing, and go around, I already made a video on that. Link will be on the end screen and the description down below. Anyways guys, if you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share to other people who might find it interesting. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.